Samurai. The word conjures up images of honor, discipline, and sharp swords. Do you dream of being a noble warrior with an unwavering code of conduct? Well, prepare to have your dreams shattered. Because the life of a samurai was so much more than Hollywood movies, and you wouldn't last a day, especially if you like bananas.
This is feudal Japan, 16th century, a time of constant wars, political intrigues, and a social hierarchy so rigid that it would make a banana squish under pressure. You were born into a samurai family, which means your life is already mapped out. And no, it's not an easy path.
Since you were a child, your life has been dedicated to training. There's no time for games, nor for eating bananas at will. Your diet is controlled, your body is a weapon, and your mind is as sharp as a katana. You are a war machine, and machines do not need bananas to have fun.
Your day begins before sunrise. Exhaustive physical training, kenjutsu, kudo, jujitsu. Every movement is repeated thousands of times until perfection. Your body is pushed to its limits, and your mind is tested constantly. Mistakes, not tolerated. And bananas, no way. They would make you soft.
And Bushido, the famous way of the warrior, it's not just a set of pretty rules. It's a code of life that demands absolute loyalty, honor above all else, and the readiness to die at any moment. If you fail in any of these points, your honor is tarnished, and a tarnished banana no one wants.
You learn to endure pain, hunger, and cold, to meditate for hours, to control your emotions. Life is about duty, not pleasure. And the pleasure of a ripe banana? It's a luxury you can't afford. Not yet. The life of a samurai is war. You are constantly on campaign, fighting rival clans, defending your lord, or expanding your territories. Battles are bloody, brutal, and merciless. There are no rules, only survival of the fittest. And death is always lurking.
You face enemies armed with katanas, spears, bows, and even primitive firearms. The armor is heavy, the heat is stifling, and the fear is constant. But you cannot show weakness. The honor of your clan and your lord depends on you. And if you die, well, at least you died with honor and without bananas.
Wounds are common, and medicine is rudimentary. A simple infection can be fatal. You learn to cauterize wounds, to bear pain without complaint. Because a samurai does not cry. A samurai fights until his last breath, or until his last banana, if there was one.
Even though you are a samurai, your life is not all glory. The social hierarchy is unforgiving. You are beneath your lord and above the peasants, but your position is fragile. One mistake, one dishonor, and you can lose everything.
Your lord may order you to commit seppuku, ritual suicide, to restore your honor, and you must obey without question. Because a samurai's life is not yours, it is your lord's. And if he gives you a banana, you eat it. If he tells you to die, you die.
What if you become a ronin, a samurai without a master? Your life becomes even harder. You are an outcast, without protection, without sustenance. Many ronin became bandits or starved to death. The freedom of a ronin is the freedom of a rotten banana. No one wants it.
Now let's talk about more basic things. A samurai's diet was simple. Rice, fish, vegetables. No sweets, no snacks, no bananas. Food was for sustaining the body, not for pleasure. And hygiene? Well, it wasn't a priority. You spent weeks on campaign, without a bath, without clean clothes. The smell was unbearable. Diseases were constant. Lice, fleas, scabies, they were your constant companions. And if you complained, well, you weren't a real samurai. A samurai can put up with anything, even a lack of bananas.
Life was hard, and death was a constant. But to a samurai, honor was everything, and they lived and died for it, even if it meant never tasting a banana again. So, do you think you could last a day as a samurai? Wake up before the sun, train to exhaustion, fight to the death, live by an unforgiving code of honor, and never eat a banana again? The truth is that the life of a samurai was one of sacrifice, discipline, and constant danger. They were war machines, but they were also human, and their humanity was tested every day. And with every banana, they were not allowed to eat.
So the next time you watch a samurai movie and dream of being one, remember, the reality was much harsher and much less tasty, especially without bananas. The life of a samurai was a lesson in resilience, honor, and sacrifice. They lived in a brutal world where death was a constant and life was cheap, but they found meaning in their duty, their loyalty, and their code of conduct.
So the next time you complain about your job, remember, at least you don't have to commit seppuku if you make a mistake. At least you have access to modern medicine. And at least you can eat fresh bananas at the supermarket without having to fight for them.
So do you think you would last a day as a samurai? Let us know in the comments which part of the samurai life you think would be the hardest to endure. And if you have suggestions for other impossible historical professions, send them in.
If you like this video, leave a like. It's worth more than all the victories of a samurai. Subscribe to the channel for more stories and activate the bell so you don't miss any episodes. Share it with that friend who romanticizes the life of a samurai so he can see what it was really like.
Always remember, history is made of bananas, and the samurai all died without tasting one. At least you can eat bananas while watching Netflix on the couch.
See you in the next episode of Banana Stories, where we'll find out why you wouldn't last a day in ancient Egypt. Spoiler alert, it involves even more sand and fewer bananas than you might think.
Keep your bananas safe, and remember, history has never been so peeled.